I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner Diaz with a recipe for the ultimate date night dinner. Steak Diane with a side from the city of love, French style fondant potatoes. When I knew we'd be making a date night dinner, I really wanted to do the research on our special guest. And this isn't something I normally do. I started dating them, taking them to so many dinners, then one thing led to another. We get married, we have 2 beautiful children together, and that's how devoted I am to Dinner Diaz, because my special guest today is my real-life wife, Beth. Hey, babe.
Hi.
I am so excited to have you inside the Dinner Diaz kitchen. A kitchen away from our own kitchen, because we're gonna be making a steak Diane with a fondant potatoes, which is a classic French method, giving a crispy golden crust, but creamy on the inside, because the secret is really going to be about the searing, the roasting, and the basting. Now, I've already sliced these up into beautiful cubes. Now, you can do a ring mold, you can go round if you wanted to do. I wanted to keep a nice surface, and that's the key, is keeping a surface so that way then you get a really nice sear on it. So, I've soaked these for about 15 minutes, and that's just been going. Now, do you want to pull these out and start kind of drying these?
Sure.
All
Do
right.
you want me to use the tongs?
Sure.
Okay.
Now, it's really important here that we get all this water out to the best of our abilities here, because we want to be able to take some of that excess starch off of it, but then be allowing it to hit that pan to form a nice crust. So it's really important to get the water out, because once that water and that oil mixes, you want to make sure that it's going to be a safe cooking environment.
Gotcha.
Now, these are a little different than the potatoes that you cook for us at the house, because you like to do your roasted potatoes quite a bit.
Yes.
And that's kind of like a secret, that you like to do.
My mom makes them, so I do more like, I do the red potatoes, and then I cut them up tiny, and then it's butter, paprika, garlic salt, onion salt.
And that's
That's
been very
about
good.
it.
All right, we already have our cast iron pan that's already heated. We're just gonna add just a little bit of a high smoke point oil. I've used a little bit of avocado oil inside this pan here. And we're just gonna coat our pan with our oil. And then if you want to just slide these potatoes over, very nice. You want to go ahead and put these bad boys in?
Sure.
And what we want to do is we want to go top side into our pan, just like so.
Okay, so. Do I have to do the little shaky thing?
Absolutely. Make sure you get a little bit of that water off, and so that way then you get a nice little coating of that oil to hit it.
Where's the top on this?
This one here, right there. Perfect. I love it. Nicely done. Nicely done. And really, this is going to be what's going to form our presentation side, because we're going to have a nice sear on one side in our oil and our potato hitting that pan. And what we're looking here for is about 5 minutes or so for this to form a nice golden crust, all right?
Okay.
That's very good. As I'm sure Beth knows, and if you want to cook this dinner with, or just for that special someone in your life, the place to find it is at which website, babe?
DinnerDiaz.com.
DinnerDiaz.com, that's right. And to find it with your phone, just scan the QR code. Beth, babe, do you know how to use a QR code?
Yes.
All right. All you need to do is just take the phone, take your camera phone, point at that little black and white box in the corner of the screen, and then
Yes.
it just magically pops up.
Even Holden can do it.
Even Holden can do it.
Yes.
If Holden can do it, you can do it too.
Yes.
And now on to our steak Diane. Name for my ex.
Sure.
I kid. I've never actually had a Diane as an ex. Steak Diane is thought to have originated in London in the 1930s. It's a seared steak with a sauce that's made in the pan. Sometimes it's flambéed, sometimes it's not. Today, we are gonna flambe it. We've let these rest here for room temperature for an hour. It's really important to always bring that out. And what we wanna be able to do here, you wanna help me with the pepper? I'll do the salt, you do the pepper.
Okay.
Is you wanna really get a nice coating of salt. And you wanna crack that pepper, babe?
Sure.
And get that black pepper everywhere. Very nice, a little bit more. And all we're gonna do is gonna go straight in. And that's going to just be a beautiful, beautiful crust. Even though our skillets are both screeching hot, I can confidently say the hottest thing in the kitchen is standing right next to me. Oh, babe. When we come back, more off-the-cuff romance direct from the teleprompter, plus how to make the sensational sauces served with our steak Diane. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Love is in the air, as is the smell of steak and potatoes, because along with my wonderful wife, Beth, we're cooking up an idea for date night dinner. Steak Diane served with fondant potatoes. Before the break, we prepped our potatoes, peeling and slicing and soaking them before drying them off and searing them in a hot skillet. While we got started on the steaks that was seasoned with just salt and pepper. Very simple. Getting them into our own hot skillet, searing them on both sides and around the edges. I saw you doing that. That was absolutely a pro move right there, babe.
I am a pro.
You are the pro. Now, these fondant potatoes, these look absolutely fantastic, but they're not done just yet. So, you want to have about half of that butter there?
Okay. You're good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Let me grab it?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to put that right into our pan here. We're going to straight in. Love it. And I'm going to move this around so we can get a little bit of some movement. Now we also are going to take a little bit of some garlic and one shallot there too.
Okay. All the garlic or how much garlic?
About half of that because we're going to use some of it for our steak here.
Okay. Throw it in?
Yeah. I love it. And then, yeah, absolutely. You want to make sure you can get everything around there. And then a little bit of some thyme as well. The thyme here goes so well.
This one?
Yeah.
Do you want me to throw like the whole?
Yeah. You. Right there in the middle is perfect. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And so now I want just a little bit of our chicken stock to go in and really fill up about half of the potato here. So that's kind of your gauge because you can see where it's cooked and where it's not.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh. That looks fantastic. All right, perfect. These now are going to go into our oven. So can you open up the oven for me? All right. Very good. Now, these are ready. All we're going to do now is we're just going to pull these off of our skillet here. Giving it a nice little coat. Getting more of that butter. And now we can let these rest. We can just take a little bit of some tin foil, put it right over, and just let that rest. Now inside our same pan here, I'm gonna just sear and coat our garlic, these shallots. I'm gonna pull these bad boys out because they served its purpose. They served their purpose for making the steak and being able to just baste it. But now we get to have a little bit more butter back in, okay? And I need your help with adding our mushrooms.
Okay.
Now these are just already some sliced portobello mushrooms, easy to find at the grocery store. And they're already pre-sliced because, you know, like you and I, we have a really tight schedule. 2 kids, work.
We do not have time to slice mushrooms,
You-
no.
And it's okay, and it's okay. You don't have to sit there and do that. So it's all right to be able to have
Do I have to salt it?
a little bit of salt. I'm going to take a little bit of pepper. Very nice. Put a little bit more. And then we're just
like
going.
your salt and pepper.
You got to be always seasoning as you go along here. To get my recipe for this date night dinner, go to dinnerdeas.com. Just scan the QR code to find it fast. My recipe for love, on the other hand, don't go to bed on an argument. And always remember, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, Jack.
All right, now these are absolutely looking beautiful. What do you think?
Yep, they look good.
You like mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
Is there any dish at the house that I'm making that you don't like? And be honest. Like, would you actually tell me if, like, I really made
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I need to bring it up? What
Like,
do you think I'm gonna bring up?
I think it's going to be the brownies.
It's the
It's the absolute. Okay, so folks, I really went on an adventure and made these beautiful, beautiful dark chocolate.
They weren't beautiful.
They were so beautiful. They were dark chocolate.
No.
They were ancho chili. Everything was working. It was like this sweet. It was spicy. It had this beautiful homemade sea salt caramel to it there. And Holden was what, 3 years old?
He still remembers the
He's still-
brownies. He still's like, yeah, Dad, your brownies.
Yeah, he was like 3 years old. He's now 8 years old. 5 years later, most of his life, he now absolutely hates my brownies. Now, what about like your review? Were they good? Were they not good?
No, we all took one bite and threw them away. Do you not remember this?
I kind of like put that part of the story out of my memory, but such is life. Such is life. Okay. Do you want to pass over our cognac right there?
Okay.
Okay. And now here's really, folks, when it comes to any type of liquor at the house or anything, always take it away from the heat. Even with electric, I still don't want to have that much heat. Gas, totally make sure you're on the side of it. And so all we're going to do is we're just going to add it straight into our pan here. I also have a nice lighter here. And all we're going to do here is just bring it back on and then just let that cook off all of our alcohol. Now you like to cook with flame.
I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes you need to. It's like just a beautiful flavor. That's just going to be absolutely fantastic. And you can start seeing it really starting to really come off. Like, be honest. Did you really think that that was actually going to like go out, or was it just going to keep burning? Like my love for you always burns.
I had no clue what it was going to do.
Let's go ahead with our beef broth. A little bit more. And I think that should be perfect. So we also need to go in with our Dijon mustard. And this is going to help bring a nice little bit of some body behind it. You like mustard.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I made something with it the other day. Pork tenderloin.
It was the pork, that's right.
Yeah.
It was really good too. All right, we've got mustard. Now, you want to go ahead and get some Worcestershire sauce in here as well?
Okay.
Love it. I've got a little bit of hot sauce.
There you go.
All right, and we got our nice little bit of hot sauce. Very nice. Okay. You want to add a little bit of some thyme?
The whole thing?
Just about half of that would be perfect. Very nice. And then we also have a little bit of some paprika. Very good.
Is that good?
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. And that's just going to bring a nice little bit of smoky. And like you could see all this now, reducing these beautiful flavors coming together. And it's time for us to be on a break. Not that kind of break, my friends. A commercial break. When we come back, how to finish up this date night dinner and plate it perfectly for your partner ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs with a delicious idea for date night, courtesy of me and my date, my lovely lady wife, Beth. We've been making not just lovely memories from cooking together, but an amazing meal too, steak Diane with a side of fondant potatoes. Before the break, we basted our seared potatoes in butter, garlic, and thyme, added chicken broth, and got it in the oven, basting occasionally as they cooked. Meanwhile, in our other skillet, we took the finished steaks and tended them with foil while we made a sauce, adding butter back to the pan along with mushrooms, shallots, and garlic, then deglazing with brandy and adding beef broth, Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, Cholula hot sauce, yeah, because it's my favorite, thyme and paprika, and let it all simmer during the break. These potatoes looked absolutely fantastic. I saw you were basting even more, adding so much of that beautiful liquid, and you could see how much of that has reduced down. All of that's been absorbed into those potatoes. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, we've got to finish up this steak Diane sauce. Now, you ready to kind of help me along this way?
Yep.
All right. See that lemon zest?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and get the lemon zest in, and I'll help you here with this part. Boom, because you're the lefty, I'm the righty.
Yes.
All right, and then a little bit of some lemon juice. Oh, I love the technique. Catching the seeds so they don't fall into it. I absolutely love it.
I've learned.
You've learned. Who'd you learn that one from?
Myself, actually.
The truth comes out.
I've definitely had to scoop out a seed or two in my time.
Well, then on that note, you want to be able to stir in our creme fraiche. Now, I like to use creme fraiche for this one because, one, it brings a nice little velvetiness, and you can see it really starting to come and just make this a nice creaminess behind it. But it just balances so beautifully with that lemon zest and that lemon juice because it just brings a nice little bit of
creme fraiche like a cheese?
It's like a sour cream. It's a sour cream. You can
okay.
find this actually in the cheese section at a local grocery store. So when you're thinking like, oh, it's gonna be right next to a sour cream, probably not, but it's going to be Really, really a nice addition to this dish. If you didn't find it and you want to use sour cream, you absolutely could. You absolutely could. Now these steaks here have tented. These look absolutely beautiful, so they are really nice. And we just want to bring them into our steak sauce here for just a little bit, because we just want to bring some of that beautiful flavor behind it and give it a nice little coating to bring this together. To make this dish for your next at-home date night, or just to get you off the hook if you need to beg forgiveness. And remember, we listen, we don't judge, my friends. Just grab the recipe from dinnerdeas.com. You can use your phone to scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to find us fastest. Okay, babe, now, the moment you have been waiting for. It's plating time.
Oh, great.
You ready?
Sure.
We're just gonna add a little bit of some parsley inside that. Now, we're gonna move this lemon out of the way. And I'm gonna bring, now, let's take our potatoes, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a couple of our potatoes right into the center of our plate here.
Okay. Do you want them next to each other?
You could absolutely put them next to each other, yeah, because our steak is gonna sit right on top of. I love it. Just like so.
Oh, can you grab the time?
I got the time.
Thank you.
All right,
we go.
very good. Now, we also have our steak here. Now, what I would love for you to try to do here, because I know you got this, is cut the steak right in the middle.
Okay.
Right there.
I'm gonna scooch
Okay.
like this?
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds fantastic. Oh, look at that. Look at how beautiful our steak is. It's a beautiful medium rare, right cut through, and you can see it. You did a beautiful job making sure that all of the round around it was also cooked too.
I sure did.
You did a great
all
job.
Me.
It was a great job. I love how you did that. So what I would love for you to do is put this one here on top of our potatoes.
Okay.
Okay. Like so. Very nice. And if we can, let's get the other piece of it. And so that way it goes just right next to it like so. Okay. Now, we also have our mushrooms. You ready to take these bad boys?
Yes.
Let's scoop a little bit of our mushrooms so that way then it kind of dances and follows that nice little pocket right through here. All right?
It's gonna dance.
It's gonna dance.
Okay.
Mushrooms are gonna dance.
There?
The mushrooms are dancing, exactly.
You want more?
I do.
Okay.
This is the whole part of this whole beautiful dish is the steak Diane, because this also gets you all these mushrooms. And we're just gonna fill in that nice little pocket. Yeah, just like that. Okay. I'm gonna get one.
I told you.
You got this. You got this. We're just gonna put one more right inside there. Very nice. Okay. And we'll put a little bit more of our sauce here. Let that dance come through. That's the dancing part. It just slides and dances.
I've never talked about dance and mushrooms.
You've never,
before.
like,
No.
we're learning still so much about our relationship. Now, I also made this beautiful sauce. We did not do this on air, but it is at our on our website at dinnerdeas.com. And this is just a beautiful blue cheese, kind of Dijonnaise, if you will. So, nice little dollops that we're just gonna kind of work around the plate. And we're just gonna, exactly, bring that all the way around like so. Very nice, very nice.
Who knew?
Who knew? I always had the confidence in you. You are the absolute best, and that's perfect. You don't want to go too much because now we have a beautiful plate that is just dancing. I know. I'm going to just say it. It's like the word of the day. And then just a little bit more parsley on top for that nice little bit of green. Babe, you just made that.
Well, I mean, of course.
You did absolutely fantastic. This looks absolutely beautiful because when we come back, we'll see if this dinner makes up for my brownie gate ahead on Dinner Dias. Welcome back to Dinner Dias. We have an idea for date night dinner, which is great whether or not the two of you cook together like I've just been doing with my very special guest, my lovely wife, Beth. Or if you're cooking for them, or if you're just cooking it for yourself. On the menu, a steak Diane plus fondant potatoes. I'm gonna get a little bit of that mushroom there.
Potatoes are good.
All that absorption of flavor with the chicken stock, that butter, our fresh herbs that went into it. Absolutely out of this world. Now, you got to try this
Okay.
filet here.
I will.
Because I'm going in for the potato. Did you have fun cooking today?
Yes.
Is it a totally different scenario than cooking at the house?
Yeah. I'm usually yelling at you to get out of the kitchen.
This is also very true. But we had fun today doing this.
Yes. Let me see.
Moment of truth, was it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
You did it. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Babe, you're the best. I love you like crazy, and I love our life, I love our kids, and I love that we get to do this together. This was incredible.
Yes, it was fun.
Spoken like how it is at the house. Thanks again to my ride or die, the lovely Beth, and hopefully that tasted good enough for you to give me a ride home, because I think that we're driving in the same direction.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe I'll give you a ride home.
All right, sounds good. She is the ride or die then. I'm her husband, Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more ideas for dinner, as we call them, Dinner DeeAs.